These siblings are twins and not step siblings.
Wonderful.
Find this shit.
Reddit, baby. Me, 25 female, and my brother, 25 male. He abandoned our family years ago, and I just found out it's because of unnatural feelings for me. Heartbroken, disgusted, lost.
Well, it's better than the last one, I guess.
No, it's not.
Well, I mean, he got himself out of the situation at least.
He removed himself.
Here we
The
go.
feelings questionable.
My twin brother and I have been best friends since birth. We've been inseparable and even went to the same school. Had a great time. We had very happy and healthy childhoods. Parents who adored us, and our entire childhood was a big blanket of love and fun and comfort and learning. I can't ask for anything more. As much as we are equals, he was protective, supportive, encouraging. In high school, there was a chance that I might have had a serious kidney problem, and the first thing he asked our parents in tears was if he could donate a kidney to me and if that would help. That day, I remember feeling that this dude would be there for me no matter what I went through in my life. Right after college, instead of going to medical school 2 hours from our parents' house like he had planned, he dropped everything and moved overseas. He became successful there, met a girl, got married, and had a kid. We used to talk almost every day, but he left and basically just dropped our relationship. He kept saying he's busy and that the time zone is off, but everything was bullshit. Our parents cried missing him, not because he was gone, but because he was emotionally unavailable to them. They got the occasional text or call. I barely get anything, maybe some random text every month or so. I've spent the last few years getting over the fact that my brother basically cut me out of his life by ignoring me. He wasn't mean or anything. It's almost like he ghosted me without ghosting me. I finally got so fed up this week that I texted him a long message absolutely chewing him out for being such an asshole. I dug in, called him the worst brother in the world and the shittiest son, and that there's no reason for him to abandon us emotionally. That if he wanted to move overseas and start a life and a family, I would have been truly happy for him, and that I am happy for him. But what reason could there possibly be to create that kind of distance he did? He dodged my questions and basically said there's no reason until I started saying he's a liar and everything he's saying is bullshit. He turned on his disappearing messages and goes, quote, "Look, you're my best friend, and you didn't do anything wrong, and mom and dad did nothing wrong. You want the story? Here's the story. I realized in college that I was in love with you. I loved you in a way no brother should love his sister. I went to therapy, it did nothing, so I left. I was never, ever going to get over you if I stayed there. If I shared this with you while I was there, it would have destroyed our relationship, so I left. I left and I started a family with a great girl, and I'm happy. And I hope every day that you're happy. Every few months I ask myself if I'm ready to see you again or come home, and the answer is still no. I need to work on my shit and go to therapy. I'm sick. This is me being sick. In my brain and in my heart, it is not your responsibility to fix it. It's not anything you did. You are still my sister, and I love our family, but I need to get better first before I come home. I know I will get there, and I'm just so sorry. I don't want to talk about this anymore. Now you know, and I hope you understand that I left for me, for you, for mom and dad, and to allow us to have normal lives. I have a problem, and I will get better. Miss you guys more than you know. I'm trusting you not to share this. I'm absolutely disgusted, heartbroken, angry. I know I need to go to therapy myself, and I don't know what to do or how to even start dealing with this. He was such a central part of my life and my identity, and so much of my happiness is based in my happy childhood, and this fucks it up so much. I don't understand what to do.
Wow.
That's a heavy. I put a heavy one down.
Yeah.
That's a little bit to take in.
Yeah, just let it resonate a little bit.
I mean, good on his part. Like, to move himself out of the situation.
Uproot his whole entire life.
Yeah.
Well,
His whole life.
And I guess there's no real way to prevent feelings in a situation.
No.
But yes, it's not right, I guess. It's not the conventional way to meet someone. And he even says that he's sick. And I mean, he went to therapy, I feel like he took all the steps he needed to.
Yeah.
And it's hard because I feel like any of us would leave and kind of ghost, but instead of facing the fact that you kind of have to tell them, but that's also going to wreck it at the same time.
I
So
know. What's like
messy.
the lesser of two evils? Which one is it?
Right.
It's interesting to me because like you hear about twin bonds and like how twins just have this like unrivaled bond. Like they shared a womb, they come out feeding off each other and just like so bonded. And for me, I'm like, maybe that plays a part into it. But I'm also like, I just like want to get more in his head because I'm like, what if what you're feeling like is not unnatural, but like you just are like filled with these intrusive thoughts, like, you know what I mean? Where it's just like, maybe you're digging yourself in too deep and overthinking this a little bit. Maybe because twins have more of a bond than typical siblings, maybe it's not so weird and like it could be.
I was just
more
going to say,
normal.
like, maybe he is confusing that bond and those feelings with,
Yes.
like, okay, what am I supposed to be feeling? Like, this is like beyond any friendship that I've ever had with any dude or any other person, right?
Yeah.
Like, oh, is this love? Is this like I'm in love with you kind of deal? Like, so when you talk about twins having this like inseparable bond,
Yeah.
like, is he just confusing that, and why? And then my question would be is, well, why is he confusing it? To what extent? Again, what rabbit hole are you running your brain down? What are you thinking about?
I
What
know.
are you diving into? How many?
Everyone has intrusive thoughts. I think, you know, we all have our varying degrees, but yeah, it's like, what rabbit hole is he going with this? And also, like, I guess too, where he's still, now that he's married and has a child, he's still not ready though, is the thing. Where he has this wife who he should love if this is his partner, but now he knows the love of loving a child, like his child. And he's still saying, I thought about it, but I'm not ready to see you because I still have these strong feelings. So it's like, is it that twin love or is he truly like in deep?
I feel like it's more. I mean, he had the self-awareness
Yeah.
to go to therapy and probably separate the two in his mind, at least
Yeah.
to go down like that thought experiment with a therapist, probably to say, here's probably what it's supposed to feel like. Here's what I feel like. And then, yes, to have a kid. And I'm also curious how similar the wife is to his sister.
Oh my God, I want pictures of both.
But it feels like he's very self-aware.
Mm-hmm.
He's very there and with it in making these choices on really solid foundations.
Yeah.
They're not just like, he didn't just go away. He didn't just think, oh, yep, this is all the way. Like, he took the steps to see.
It was a last resort. Like moving and like, I mean, he sacrificed his dreams of going to med school nearby. Like he moved everything, shifted gears completely to kind of like save himself. So yeah, I mean, it wasn't a light decision. It definitely seems like it was last resort. Whew.
I don't know. You can be in love with a lot of people and they don't have to reciprocate, and that doesn't mean that you walk out,
Across the planet.
right?
But if it leads you to a place where it prevents you from ever loving anyone else that kind of way, even in a wife and kid situation,
True.
you're always thinking like, I mean,
What if?
that becomes just, I mean, it'd be relentless almost. You
Too
need some constant
too tempting.
comparison.
Too tempting.
Yeah, and just like,
out of sight, out of mind.
yeah.
So this post is gone and I screenshotted it very early, but I do have a couple of the comments. I think your twin brother did the right decision to leave. It must have been hard for him. He was right about the fact that he needed to change and seek help. I feel sorry for him too. I hope that someday you two can reconnect like old times with no mixed feelings. I wish you both all the best. I don't think you necessarily need to scrap your whole childhood. Like these feelings, like just maybe ask him when they developed and then you can happily look back on it from that time.
I wonder if he even can.
It's so intermixed.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
Well-
I just like, you just don't want to let it affect you.
Well, why would it affect the childhood stages, right? I mean, unless you're thinking, well, why did he do that? But I mean, I don't know. I guess in my opinion, like those events and those things still happened at a young age. Like it shouldn't detract from the type of person he is. He obviously
He's a
does
good
care about her. He
person.
just has some fucked up feelings.
It's
Yeah.
just, it's a little intermixed there. Yeah. I don't think it has to like sell your whole childhood short. I think just appreciate it for what it was. Like, I don't know. He came to a conclusion that his thoughts were not good but enjoy it like for what it was at face value, I guess. Another comment, not much advice to give here. It's just an unpleasant thing that is happening and life is suffering. There's really nothing to do but cry and see a therapist, try to process. Your brother sounds like a very intelligent, self-aware person who has done everything in his power to do right by you. It's sad, but it's not something you can do anything about.
Yep.
Agree.
Yeah, therapy. I know I feel bad for laughing at the beginning now. But it's
Well-
okay. We didn't know what we were getting into.
Yeah.